Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is my review for The Boys Season 4, Episode 4. So, if you watch my reviews, you'll know that I really enjoyed the first three episodes. I sort of just didn't really feel the direction in which it was going, and so I was a little bit apprehensive about the first three episodes. I still enjoyed them for what they were, but like I said in my previous reviews, I felt like the first three episodes of Season 3, however, were more like had a direction, and we sort of saw where things were going. But the first three episodes of Season 4, while they were enjoyable and while I liked them for what they were and being like a little bit more self-contained, a little bit more exploring the ramifications of last season, it didn't really give us any sort of, direction on where we're going. And I think this episode is similar, but however, I still really enjoyed the episode. But I do think I'm still a little bit unclear as to where we're going. So this episode, some crazy shit happens. We get some pretty awesome acting from Anthony Starr, which I'll talk about. But this episode, just every episode of The Boys, there's always something crazy that happens, like multiple crazy things. But I thought this episode was still really good in and of itself. So first of all, talking about Starlight and Firecracker, that whole thing, again, very, very in your face with the political messaging, which is fine because I think it's still done very well and it is very very entertaining. And there's a thing on Twitter where it's like the people who the show is making fun of didn't realize the show was making fun of them the whole time, and now all of a sudden The Boys is woke and they've changed, and I'm like, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Firecracker and Annie, we got some background in the first three episodes about why they why Firecracker hates Annie, and this episode that really comes to a head sort of when they set up the 6-hour expose, I guess, on Starlight right outside of Starlight House, and she just starts rambling on and on for 6 hours, but she drops a bomb at the end that Annie had an abortion. And like, what a weird thing to drop, as if like anyone would. I know there are people who would care, but like still, it is kind of weird to me. I'm like, oh no, she had an abortion, let's tell the whole world and they're all gonna hate her. But it's like, why? And it's only a certain group of people that would hate her for that. It's so stupid, but it is 100%, like, I'm saying it's stupid in a way like Firecracker's character, like it's smartly written, but it's stupid in the way of what they are presenting, like it's meant to be stupid. But Annie's reaction is 100% justified and so satisfying. I loved seeing her just fucking wail on Firecracker, man. Like, really, she's so frustrating of a character. But also the actress who plays her, Valerie Curry, is so talented. She played a character in a game that I really enjoy, Detroit Become Human. And so seeing her in a live action role and one this good is just so entertaining. She is great. She just has such a great screen presence. But yeah, so much interesting stuff happened this episode. Huey and Kimiko met up with A-Train, and A-Train is sort of starting to work with the boys a little bit. He's working with Huey. He got Huey the compound V for his dad, and he risked his life to do it so he can sort of have this burden taken off his shoulders about what he did to Robin in season 1. And I feel like A-Train has been like an absolute piece of shit in previous seasons, but he's really like turning around this season. I don't know. He's sort of starting to become more human in a way, and I really hope he defects to the boys because I'm actually really liking his character this season. He's always been sympathetic throughout the show, but he just did some terrible, terrible things, and so it got really hard to root for him. But this season, so far, I am rooting for him. But so that whole thing was interesting. It's kind of sad to see Huey be like a little bitch a lot of the times. I know he sort of did some cool shit in here with, the shield and slashing people's throats. But when he started running away with Kimiko and he just immediately slices his ankle, I'm like, what the fuck? It's just, it's so Huey, but it's so dumb. Kimiko, once again, a badass. I love seeing her fight scenes. The story with her background and the group that are chasing her, I think, isn't really that compelling. I think Frenchie and Kimiko, their storylines this season are probably the weakest ones so far, with, Frenchie and Colin and how Frenchie killed his whole family. I'm sort of like, what was that? What was that? What's that going to lead to? It's sort of been wrapped up at the end of episode 4, where he's like, if I ever see you again, I'll kill you, because Frenchie told him that he killed his whole family. And so that, I don't know where that's going to go. But also with Kimiko and, the background, the people that she, I don't know, was it the people she grew up with, but the people from her past are coming back to kill her, right? And it's just, I don't know, I'm not vibing with it too much. It's not that entertaining. I mean, it's entertaining in a way from a fight scenes and stuff, and like cool action and gore. But from a story perspective, I don't think it's that strong. And so I think so far, Frenchie and Kimiko's storylines are the weakest. However, I think the best part of this episode, obviously, were those Homelander scenes. I think Anthony Starr, look, it's been said 1,000 times, but he really is so talented as Homelander. People are comparing him to Heath Ledger's Joker. I don't really agree with that, but I do think he is very, very talented as Homelander and, like, is really something special. But, yeah, he was just so scary in this episode, in the labs where he sort of grew up, torturing these people, you know? And I felt bad for the people, like the younger ones there who didn't used to work there. Like, this is just their regular job. They're like, I don't know, early 30s, you know, they just, you know, built their career up to this point, and now they've all been massacred. I felt so bad for them. However, the other people, like the janitor, or was he the janitor? I don't even know. He wasn't the janitor at all. The guy who played the paper basketball, and the other guy who caught Homelander doing some private things. I really didn't feel bad for them, because at the end of the day, you were like torturing a child, because it sort of makes Homelander a little bit more sympathetic, where it's like he was a child, you know, he was innocent. Yes, he was powerful. Yes, he could demolish all of you anytime he wanted, but you guys were abusing him. It still hurt, you know. And at the end of the day, he is a child. They even said Barbara, who came in at the end, who didn't seem to be scared of him, but when she was like, what did she think was going to happen? Kind of, you know, like obviously she's going to be tortured, which she is. She didn't die though. He left her in the room with everyone's massacred bodies. But yeah, it's sort of like, what did she expect was going to happen? But anyway, so I didn't feel bad for the people he was torturing, or the people who we saw him torture, like the guy who was playing basketball and the guy who saw Homelander doing these private things. I didn't really feel bad for them, because you made your own bed in that situation. Like, you were torturing a child. What do you think was going to happen? But I did feel bad for those other, like, younger people who were just, you know, being forced to eat the cake and stuff like that. That was so cringe to watch. But yeah, Anthony Starr is still so brilliant in the role. Like, his maniacal laughs, he's just, like, the way he toys with them, like, they're not even fucking people. And he even, like, that's Homelander's thing, is that he thinks he's above humans and stuff like that. He thinks he's better than humans. So, yeah, I don't know. That was just an awesome scene. And the end of it with Homelander in the elevator covered in blood, that is just an instantly iconic shot, an instantly iconic scene. And the American flag on his back covered in blood is so, like, I don't know, what's the word, symbolic? I don't know. It was just really cool. But also Butcher looks like he's so we found out that Butcher took Compound V, and that he has some sort of powers. We've been seeing this little worm or parasite or vein swimming around up his back and his face, and he even used it to kill Ezekiel. I don't know if it was on purpose, but Ezekiel was about to kill Butcher in the trailer, in that awesome fight scene, by the way. Like, the fights in The Boys are always just so cool, but these ones in particular were just really, really cool. But so yeah, Ezekiel was about to kill Butcher, and it cuts to black, and Ezekiel just fucking exploded. Butcher has done something. Butcher has some type of powers, and I wonder if it's gonna, you know, help defeat Homelander in any way. I wonder if Homelander's gonna be defeated this season. I doubt it, but I don't know what's gonna happen or what's gonna come of that. But also, the episode ended off with Huey's dad getting powers, or no, I don't know if he got powers, but he was injected with the Compound V, which, by the way, Huey didn't do that, so it must have been his mother. I wonder what her plans are. But Huey's dad, Simon Pegg, has powers now, I'm assuming, and he's alive, and so that's going to be very interesting to see next week. But anyway, yeah, this episode was really good. Still struggling a little bit to see where we're going for the future, but this episode overall I thought was pretty good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. That was my review for season 4 episode 4 of The Boys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you like the episode? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts on where you think the season's going. If you like this review, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.